All right, UT Martin head coach Jason Simpson preparing for the upcoming season. Eastern Illinois is the scheduled opponent, weather permitting, this week. So, Coach, just talk about your team as we head into this spring season. Oh, I think you're on mute again, Coach.
Am I good?
You're good.
Okay. No, good to be back, Kyle. Good to hear your voice, and let's been another season's rolling around. No, we're excited like anybody else. Our kids have been they've been great. To see the smile on their face, get a chance to go back and practice, and like most schools, no indoor here, so we've been outside on some very cold days, and the guys have had good attitudes about it, and we're looking forward to the opportunity.
Where do you think your team has made the biggest impact, either from when they came to campus and you all did some fall workouts, or when they got back in January until we get to this point to play the first game? Is there an area or two that you would think that the Skyhawks have really gotten better in?
I think two things, and one I think is more important than the other. First, from a player standpoint, I think that our offensive line has gotten better from the fall. Now, we have a long way to go. We certainly need to improve from last year, and then from what I saw in the fall, but I think we've gotten better this spring. I'm excited about a lot of our young kids at the offensive line position, and I think they'll get better as the season goes on. But most importantly, the thing that I saw that us grow in, because of all the, separation and the uncertainty from each other, and having the social distance, and how we had to meet and Zoom and stuff, our team's culture and has really grown since the fall. Every year is a new team. It doesn't matter if you've been here 3 or 4 years. If you're not around each other, you're not seeing each other, not spending time with each other, this is a team sport. And so, only having 15 practices in the fall, I couldn't really give you an answer, Kyle, on, what our team identity was. Did they like to practice? Did they like each other, like being around each other? How coachable were they? Just were not able to spend enough time with each other, in my opinion, and nobody's fault. But now we've been able to, consistently spend several weeks together, and now have a better understanding of our team's personality.
One sec here. I'm going to let Alex into the room, and I'm going to make sure it doesn't hurt the recording here. So hold on one sec. Spotlight. There we go. A question a coach got earlier. It's hard to know your opponent that you haven't played in a year and a half, a real game. There's not really any film. You know what EIU's like, and you've obviously played them many times in your years. How do you prepare for EIU just heading into this week?
Yeah, I think, both of us are working on, just like any first year, our first game opponent, and both of us are working off of last year. We played each other and had a really good competitive game. And, but, both, just like every first season game, we've all changed things since last year. You've added things to your scheme, you've deleted things from your scheme, different players. So, those are always first game things that you have to deal with as a staff, but a little bit different for us, for both teams this year, because it's a conference only schedule. So, the game matters. It's not like you can get your feet on the ground, get a win under your belt, and move on. These are only 7 conference games, so it's of huge importance to us.
Would it be different? So you're the dean of OVC coaches right now. People sort of know what you've done in the past, where, I used coach. It's just his second year, so it's a little unknown. Is there an advantage when maybe somebody's scouting you early on in the season versus the opposite way?
Oh, I don't know. I would think, Kyle, if you go back and look at us over the years, I would think we're probably one of the more multiple teams in this programs in this league offensively. I take a lot of pride in, stealing ideas from other people and finding different ways to get first downs within our quarterbacks or offensive line or wide receiver skill sets. So, we if you look at us over the years, we've been, 2 backs, 1 back, 11 personnel, 12 personnel, whatever we have in the build, and that's what we have to use.
So I know I set that question up. What do you expect to see from EIU, and what you saw from them the last time you played them?
Very multiple on defense. Last year, you go back and look at their statistics on defense. You would think the record would have been much different. I thought their defense, was played very physical, very multiple, gave you gave you a lot of problems, didn't give up a whole lot of big plays, and I think last year we only threw the ball for like 100 yards against them and rushed to a little over 100 yards. So we didn't do very much offensively, and then they played a lot of young guys up front on their offense. And we all know the best things about, freshmen are they become sophomores. So those guys are older now. And as they continue to put the more explosive offense, out there in the field with a solid defense, then, that's what we all strive to have.
And you sort of mentioned it's a conference only season. So not that every game's not big in another year, but it seems like every game has to be even bigger this year since you're only playing those conference games. So, everybody wants to win them all, but how important is it to get off to a good start these first 2 or 3 weeks?
Well, the obvious answer is very important. You only get 7 games, and so you're 28 quarters of football. So you want to play as good as you can, every one of those quarters, and you hope that it's good enough to get the win. But heck, I'm just excited to coach some football. Our players are excited to play. The snow and the weather's been a setback this week, but I think our players have handled it very, very well, and I think it helps you grow as a team. When you're having to go down to a high school field and use their indoor and and get a little practice in. Those are things over my tenure here that I've seen us do that it helps you grow. It's inconvenient, absolutely, but just like any family, right? When you go through certain things and you make it out of it, you grow from it. So hopefully we'll continue to, handle the situation like that.
You think EIU is a little more accustomed to playing in some weather like they might see this week?
Maybe so. I don't know if anybody likes, of course, if we hopefully get the opportunity to play. It's supposed to be in the 40s here. So, that's what we would take that any day of the week. Just right now, the stadium looks like a hockey rink out there. So, I'm going to have to get some skates and maybe we can just play a hockey game. And I don't even know the rules. So we wouldn't have a very good chance.
Well, we appreciate your time this morning. Thanks a lot. Best of luck this week, and we'll talk to you again next week, Coach.
Hey, thank you, Kyle. Appreciate you.